Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Chris and Tammy here, coming to you live from Toronto, Canada. For now, in about 2.5 months, we're going to be in Daytona Beach, Florida. So we're looking forward to be on the other side during the winter. Tammy and I just decided that we're not doing winters anymore. Then that was back in 2013. And this is really due to this industry, network marketing. And Tammy and I are very, very excited about the opportunity GotBackup is bringing to the table. It's a very easy price point to get started. In the same token, the income potential is unlimited because you understand that the cloud storage is something that everyone needs. And in fact, this is what we want to focus on today. So let's welcome all of you here that are bright and early. We have here Fortunate. Great to have you here. Welcome. We have Bakshi from Bangladesh. Welcome. We have Regeneration Zone. You have to put your name there. I think you're from Las Vegas. I think I'm correct, but actually welcome. MC from Texas. Great to see you here. And Yunam, great. I really appreciate your feedback and interacting with the team here really, really well. And Yunam is an Emerald from Accra, Ghana. Well done. Congratulations. Let's see here. We have Felix from Ghana. We have Elizabeth from Ghana. We have Mara and Lee from the Netherlands. Welcome. Great to see you here. We have Courtney from Toronto, Canada. We have Levy. Great to see you from Minneapolis. And let's see. We have Eunice. Great to see you here. Welcome. We have Francis. Welcome. Jacob. Great to see you here. We have SNS Possibility. Great to see you from Ghana. Pierre. Great to see you here, buddy. I know we have the same birthday, so I think our birthday's coming up in about 2.5 months or so in January. Let's see here. We have Berningo TV. Great to see you here from Timor, Ghana. Welcome, everybody. Tammy, any words you want to share before we begin?
Happy Saturday, and so happy that you're showing up on these sessions. There's one thing that Chris and I learned in this industry is you got to show up. If you show up, you're going to learn something. And if you bring more people and everybody's learning, then you're going to go into momentum because everybody's excited and everybody's in action. So yeah, make sure that you have your team members here on Saturdays. And if they're working, we get that. We totally get that if they have something else going on. But make sure that your team members always have the recordings and they're always plugged in, because plugged in people are the ones that get things done.
That's an understatement. And folks, again, just a few words of encouragement, because I understand Tammy and I have always been in the field, right? We understand the price to pay to have an organization that will give you a residual income that you can live from. And the fact here, folks, that's really important that I highly encourage for you to keep in mind is stay the course. Through thick and thin, when things are tough, just focus, just keep doing the activities and keep moving forward. There's an expression that I often use as I train for years. It's kind of like driving a car, right? And you have the foot on the pedal. I don't say gas because I know that some of you have electric cars and some of you have gas cars. And the point is, it's in motion. That's the message here. And you want to leave the foot on the pedal to keep moving forward. When you take the foot off the pedal and you're completely stopped, nobody hears from you. Your team doesn't hear from you. You're not installing the software into your phone device or your computer to back up your precious memories and data. Nothing happens. And if you bring people to the business and you're not reminding them on the steps that they need to take, nothing happens. So you need to understand, folks, you need to be in motion. And people recognizes the people that are consistently doing activities, no matter what. This is the price to pay to be in business. It's not network marketing, folks. It's called being in business. If you have a storefront and nobody knows you exists, you're not going to have clients coming in. You might be lucky from time to time, someone just passing by, but you have to go out there and bring the business to you. Now, there's some really good news coming in. I believe that's going to be offered to the pro members, that there's going to be a program that Joel is working on right now. He's testing this. that is going to be generating leads organically, which is really amazing. And I don't know the details. All I know, folks, is that it's coming. So GotBackup is constantly evolving. And that's the reason why these Saturday trainings are so important, because we help you understand the process. And it's very simple. But sometimes as human being, we love to complicate things and to overcomplicate things and to tell ourselves that we don't understand this. And unfortunately, as you're repeating these process, you become, again, exactly what you think about. And we want to show you that it's very simple, very simple. And the business could be automated if you use the tools that are available to you. And that's what we want to talk to you about here. So Tammy, I just want to give you a chance to share as we begin.
No, we already did. So let's hop on.
Let's share my screen right now, and that, there we go. Okay. So this is my back office. Okay. Now, when we go into the details of business and income, we use a pro account. But today we're focusing on this over here, that section, the GotBackup. That you are in a family pack or that you are in a pro, everything we're talking about is relevant. And the fact is, there might be a few little perks that the cloud storage has, being a pro member opposed to being part of the family pack. But understand that the general public, folks, will be using the family pack, which is exactly what we want. Again, go back to the logic of Dropbox, where they have over 700 million users. Now, actively, let's say to be conservative, 25 to 30% are active. These are people that are paying members. Do the math, folks. That is a lot of money on the table, a lot. And they've been around for decades. So GotBackup has not been around for decades. We're talking really 2 years of operation with the compensation plan and everything else it is now. And keep in mind that the software is constantly updating. And recently, we've seen, and we'll cover that here today, that you can access your files directly from your cloud just by clicking one button that says Backup Now once the software is installed. It is completely designed to be self-driven, what's the word I'm looking for? Operating. For example, I want to give you an example of an app that everybody can have access to. There's a free version and there's a pay version. And well, I have a memory blank, Tammy. The one that you use, that for the videos and all, that does all these really fancy things. The app that you use, CapCut. Are you with me?
Yes.
Okay. So CapCut. If you download this app and you run it, there's no explanations, there's no videos, there is nothing. You just have to figure it out as you are using the software. And I'm sharing this with you folks because these apps are intuitive. But if you look at an app and get overwhelmed because there's so many buttons, and because of that, you're completely telling yourself that you can't do this, you don't understand it. Well, guess what's happening? You're telling yourself you can't, and you won't, because you're telling yourself you can't. So the mindset is very important. But GotBackup went a step beyond that. They provided so much information for you to learn, to be able to do the steps. But even further, as a network marketer, this is the asset that you bring to the table as a networker. As an affiliate, you sell the product and people are kind of fending from themselves. It's kind of the way it is in that world. And it's awesome. But in the network marketing world, we teach, we mentor, we support, we educate, and so forth. So the point here is, why am I saying this? If you want a prosperous team that will stick around, you want to make sure that your team is aware. Even if it's self-explanatory, people need that reinforcement, that belief, and knowing that someone has their back. That's what's really important. That's how you retain people into your business. That's the reason why we do these trainings. So you have somewhere to go if, let's say, you were brought in and there's no support around you. Okay. So, very first thing that I highly recommend, again, that you're a pro member or a family member, here's what you do. And Tammy, feel free to step in if there's anything else you want to add.
Yeah,
When
go
you,
ahead and I'll,
yeah,
I'll just, yes.
yeah. When you click on use this tool, and I know for many of you, it's repeated process, but when you click on use this tool, this is where everything is located to access the software that you need. Okay. So what's going on over here is you have your Windows operating system software, which is the app for Windows, and this is for Mac. And if you don't have a computer, that's totally cool because you got the app here for the mobile devices, either iPads or iPhones or smart pads or Android device, whatever. Now, you don't need to log into this account to access these apps because generally you can log into your Apple Store or your Google Play Store, look for GotBackup, and it will come up and you install it. Even if you don't have an account with GotBackup, you can install the app. It's just that you don't have the login details because you don't have an account. Once the account's created, then you log in with the details that you specify when you created your account. And then the app is going to start to do all the work on its own. And the fact here, folks, is these orange buttons are really, really educational to help you understand what it is that you need to do. Even further, if you click on the extra support and training over here, and I'm adding this because I know many of you are aware of that, but if you're aware of that, just acknowledge what I'm sharing for you to share with your personals. Learn it in that way. Okay. So when you click on this, I'm just going to open another tab because I don't want to get rid of this one. I need to come back to it. You can see that you have multiple languages over here: English, Spanish, French, Italian, and Russian. Okay. All this stuff is here. And the fact here is, and I know, Tammy, I've done some trainings on that, is, you have 6 or 7 terabyte, depending on, I've added an extra terabyte and you can do that the same. My point in saying here is you can share your account with family members. We've done some trainings on those, which, by the way, you can access when you go into, for example, the playlist. On the playlist, we have the GotBackup training session. If you click on full playlist, what's going to happen, you can see this is a live one. That's what we're doing at the moment. I guess I brought it twice by mistake. I'll remove one later. And you can see here all the trainings that are available there. Okay. And I think there's one of them that we talked about. Let's see, sub account. Learn how to create sub account for your family. So this is the training I'm talking about right here. So in this case, if a family member became a sub account of yours, they're not going to see this kind of back office. All they're going to have, what they're going to do is they're going to see that link over here where you can install the GotBackup on a Mac or Windows. And of course, the Android device and iPhone devices, it's on the, as I said, the Apple Store, the Google Store. So you don't need a back office for the sub members. Just wanted to specify that because I know some people, even myself at the beginning, I thought that people were getting a lighter version of this. No, they simply have access to this text here, which, by the way, everybody can have access to. I'm going to put it right here into the comment for everybody to have access to it. And you can save that. So you can pass it on if it's a family member, a friend, or whatever that you're sharing your account with. Okay.
Yeah, and on all the instructions there, it's written in text and you got pictures. It's so detailed in simple steps that anybody can do this. Don't be afraid to do this. Get yourself set up. And if you want to share your backup with another member as a sub account, of course, then you're going to be able to show them how to do it, or obviously they're going to have their own instructions, but it's to be able to do it yourself. And once everything's set up, it's so easy to talk to people when you're out and about, just showing them your phone, however you have access to every single thing Every single device that you have access to it, no matter what it is. And people are like, wow, that's cool. How do I get this? You know, you got to be able to visually show people stuff. And that's what gets people excited. Just talking sometimes is not as effective. And so when you can show somebody how it's done, that's when they go, oh my gosh, I need this.
Yes. So for some of you that are asking questions right now, I'm talking about additional accounts right over here. When you click this button here, I don't want to do that because I'm really maximizing my space and it but again, why am I saying this is there's a training. I was just telling you that we're talking about it there. Okay.
Can you send the link? Did you send it?
The training itself. Okay, let me see where, this one over here. So let me get those 3 little dots, share, copy the link. Okay, I'm going to put it in the chat right now. Okay, so now it's there. So I've just shared the link here. So if you click on that link, I don't recommend you do it now, folks, because I want you to focus on today's training, but it explains everything. Create additional accounts. Once the account is created, then the sub-accounts can access the software from here to install it on our Mac or Windows. And of course, as I mentioned, the Google Play Store or the App Store to install it on your mobile devices. Once it's installed, the app takes over completely. And the fact that if you're really not comfortable and you're not understanding what we're talking about, folks, just click this button and watch the video. If you need to watch it 10 times, watch it 10 times. Folks, it's not rocket science. It's really simple. You just have to do the steps, right? So this is the basics. Now, when someone gets started into GotBackup, I recommend you set an appointment. You know, with Zooms, everybody can have a free account for 45 minutes. It doesn't take 45 minutes to explain people to log in here, download this, install that. That's it. And from there, if let's say you need more time, you just start another session and you have another 45 minutes. You know what I'm talking about. Now, the fact is when you click on this auto login over here, it will open your GotBackup session. Okay. And you don't need to log in. Let me just get rid of that. So you don't need to log into your back office to access your cloud service. Just like any other of the competitors out there, you just type in GBU. You can see here, GBU Cloud. Okay. And it will take you to your cloud. The very first time it will prompt you for your ID and password because it wants to make sure that you're the owner of this account. And then you can access these things. Okay. So that's the very first thing that you want people to be aware of. They can change and edit their login details. If they forgot their password, something didn't work out, they just can't seem to remember it. Well, you can go back in here. And I'm not going to log in here because I don't want to expose my data, but you understand what I mean. It's not rocket science. It's very simple. And folks, simplicity sells. That's what's important. The moment people feel that, oh, I don't get it, and they stand still, and if they don't install the software, I'm telling you that once the billing cycle comes back for the order, they won't do it because they don't see value to it. That's the reason why it is so important. Okay. So take the time to walk. And some people don't need that, but don't take it for granted. Just every time someone comes in, and I'll show you what Tammy and I do to automate our system also, because the moment someone enrolls, we send an email right away. And if let's say the person enrolls in the email, their name doesn't appear in the email, we'll walk you through this when we get into the lead capture system here. We'll touch on that briefly. Then I add it manually, and I'll show you how to do that. And again, these trainings here walk you through all of this, especially when dealing with the email marketing. So I hope that makes sense for everybody. Okay.
And if you have any challenges at all, just click on the top on support and request a ticket, and keep in mind that all the communication is in that platform. You're not going to get an email. Okay, so it's directly in this platform. So your requested ticket, be very detailed. If you have pictures or videos, it's even more helpful for support. and they'll work with you right in this platform to respond to you.
Yes. Okay. And folks, don't expect emails coming to you. You know, emails today with the spam issues, and often me emails doesn't get delivered to destination because there's so many issues with emails today. Of course, some people will get it, but some don't. The fact is, if you need some help, don't just wait for an email or a response. Just click on your support here and go back to your tickets. It says open ticket, and then you can see the response of what's going on. I'm telling you, GotBackup really responds to everybody. And sometimes they're overwhelmed because a lot of people are asking questions in line to exactly what we're talking about here today. So if you do your part as a networker to support your personals, I'm telling you, the questions that support gets that are very repetitive, it's going to be reduced, and people will be happy because the software is working. Okay. And of course, dealing with technology and online, sometimes little things happen. Some people may have some software or very old devices that are not supported. Folks, I'm telling you, if you go to Apple, I think that after a while, they don't support their own devices after a certain amount of time. And some people have devices that are even older than that. So just again, use your common sense when things don't go exactly the way you expect. There's certain there's certain technology that is utilized when a computer is being supported for software, and they can't go back 20 years ago and you know what I mean, and go back and things that are not being used anymore, right? So again, it's just a FYI for some folks that may have some very, very, very old device. And today, folks, you can buy some computers that are pretty up to date, dirt cheap, honestly. And we're talking even 10 years old computer, 7 years old computer. You can buy them on all sort of programs. I know in North America we have Carrot, we have KGG. I know Craigslist is gone. It used to be there, but maybe in your country you may have other things. Just look around, folks. It's very, very easy to find use computers that you can revamp and use for yourself. Okay, very dirt cheap. So back to the cloud service. So just wanted to establish the basic foundation that I highly recommend you do. Make sure that your software is installed. And unfortunately, I can't do this because for me to do that, it will expose my entire organization. So I can't do that. But I just want to point you where if you go to your downline, or your direct affiliate,
Yeah.
when you click on that, it will show you their numbers, their emails, but also it's going to tell you if they've installed the app. Because if it says that there is a big fat zero on sitting on their cloud, the system doesn't tell you what's there. They just tell you if they're using it or not. This is an indicator for you to see that the person you just enrolled has not started the backup process. This is a huge indicator. You should connect with that person and ask them if everything's okay. And you will find that there's a glitch. Maybe they didn't have time. They figured they'll do it later, but that later never occurred. I'm telling you, these are the little things that will sustain your business. Anything else you want to add to this, Tam?
Yeah, it shows you everything there. Computer backup, collaboration and use, that will be your phone. You've got the space used as well. You can see how much they're using. And so always go into there. As you have new members, you got to make sure that they have yes on both of them, and you can see the space used because you know that they're using the storage. Because after a year, if people sign up for a year and they haven't done anything there, then often people will just go off. Oh, I'm not using it, so I don't need this anymore. But if you get people set up right when they get started, not only are they excited because they've got themselves set up, is they know that they can show other people how to do it.
Yes.
And that's the key. It builds confidence.
Yes.
By just setting up your own system.
Yeah. And you're welcome, Levy. You know, the reason why I mentioned CapCut, it's because it is such a powerful tool to help you promote your GotBackup business.
Mm-hmm.
Tammy and I are preparing ourselves. We have a TikTok account. We have Instagram account that are specific for GotBackup.
Mhm.
And the fact is you can do a whole bunch of little segments with your cell phone, and this app will create a nice overview, like summary, and put some music. You can put a little bit of text, and then you can add a link depending on how you set up your TikTok account, your Instagram account, your Facebook account, whatever that is, for them to click on. That will send them to any of your reseller tools, and we'll come back to that. In fact, that's the next thing. But just before I go there, I just want to make sure that you're aware that once you are on your cloud, these boxes that you see here, these are the different computers. Okay, this is my most recent. Sorry, not that's 2000. This one here. This is my most recent. I know that the M5 is out. Damn, I could have waited a couple months. But the fact here is, this is everything that's there. You can see I have 2.94 terabytes in my cloud. I don't have 2.4 terabyte on my drive. I have 2. What does that tell you? That means that I can start deleting some things that are in my computer, and whenever I add new things, it will just add it to the cloud. Okay, that's my backup. And when you click on show files, it will take you to the entire process that this app, I'm just going to show you. Okay, this app over here is actually doing. See, for you, all you need to do is install the app. As I stated earlier, right? I pointed this out over here. You click on any of those buttons, depending on the operating system you have, and this app gets generated. Now, once this app is there, then this, well, let me go back. This is what's created. These boxes. And for the longest time, all we had is this restore instruction where you were clicking on and you would select a tree of directories that you want to bring back into your computer. But now things are evolving. So what's happening is if I want to see my files, I just click on show files. Okay, let me just get rid of that. And user Christian, that's my, okay. These are my files. This is my entire computer. Everything inside my desktop, my documents, my download, everything is in there. Now, if you have the Pro version, so if I click on this, okay, and I have the Pro version, so I click here, I can move this into my collaboration, right? Or I can download or share file. But these share files, they move into collaboration. This is a Pro feature. If you don't have the Pro feature, you should be able to download your files back to your computer. So you can either access it. Let me just go back. You can either access it by doing the restore, by clicking this button. Well, actually not by clicking this button. You go back to your app over here. You can click on that, but let's say I open this up. If I want to restore file, I click this button over here and I go through the process, which is all explained when you click on restore instructions. Okay, we're not going to do this now. We've done some trainings on this before, and by the way, you can also access your cloud account just by clicking that link. You can see here, right? I got there also. Okay. So just, again, food for thought. Okay. So this is what's very important. That's what I wanted to mention here. The Pro feature, you can collaborate and share the files that were backed up by the app. If you have the family pack, then you can restore files individually, but you don't have the collaborate and share capability. Okay. And if you do, it could be just because the software is kind of still being being fixed. But eventually what's going to happen, it's a feature that belongs to the Pro package. That's the only difference dealing with the GotBackup Pro when it comes to the GotBackup. Understanding on the Pro, you got the testimonial generator, the memory place, the autoresponder, the video streaming, the lead capture is included with, obviously, your GotBackup, because this is how you can access all your stuff, which we'll get into when we get into the reseller tools. Anything else, Tammy, you want to add that I overlooked?
Nope, you're on track.
Okay, so we've covered basically the software installation. We've covered the button here on downloading this. We've covered the installation procedures. We covered the additional accounts that you can create. We've covered where you can access past trainings, which I shared on this over here. And so it's designed to be very, very straightforward. Now, understand that if you're looking for your mobile devices, well, they are here. Your iPhone, the iPad, okay? And also, your collaborate and share is everything that you can collaborate and share. That's included with your family pack, the $9.97. Now, you can see here the Google import. That's because it's implemented, and I've just brought in my drive. So just wanted to let you guys know that it's working. And I think there's going to be some announcements coming very, very soon on the import Google Drive. I know there's a few little administrating details that GotBackup is working on. But again, the fact here is that you can share these directories with the world. Okay, so remember that if you share this, then everybody can see what it is you have on your cloud. Okay, so again, this is your at your discretion. So just started mentioning that, very straightforward, which we've talked about this so many times. Okay, if there's any questions on that, please let us know, and we'll come back and revisit this. So the next thing that's very important is GotBackup is the only cloud storage that offers a business opportunity. And what's really, really cool with this is they give you the tools that you don't usually have included into your account. These are things that you need to go to third-party companies to provide you what GotBackup is providing you here. I don't know if you guys realize how significant that is. So sometimes we become complacent when we don't know what's out there, and we don't really see the value compared to what's really out there. So the reseller tools, we have English, we have French, we have Italian, we have Spanish. Before I step into it, I just want to mention something. If, let's say, you have a language like Greece, for example, or any other languages that are not here, don't be paralyzed by that. Because if you go to the custom funnel and on upcoming Saturdays,
as a
pro member, correct. Okay. In upcoming days, Tammy and I are going to be showing you some examples on how you can actually edit some of those funnels, because they are part of the templates when you go into the software. I'm not going there right now, folks, because I don't want to distract this. We're talking about the cloud service here, but I wanted you to know that you can translate all of this stuff. Everything you see, I'm going to share with you in the reseller English in all languages in the world, because you do the translation. And I'm telling you that ChatGPT translation is phenomenal. I think it's probably 80 to 85 to maybe 90% accurate. You may have to adjust it based on maybe do you speak, or maybe you're a professional master in the language that you are translating. And what's really cool is in there, you can actually connect your funnel. If you don't follow me, don't worry about it. If you do follow me, you'll be happy to know that the funnel that you have, which I'll be covering here, you can decide which email campaign you wanted to be connected to. So you can decide, and that email campaign, if it's all in English, you can translate them through Google Translate, for example. I would recommend Google Translate. I would recommend the ChatGPT Translate. That's a free version. If you do the pay version, of course, you can go even further. My point here is you can rewrite all those emails in the language that you want, and you tell it here that you want this funnel to point to this email campaign with these languages. So you don't need to wait for the company, because of this tool, to translate it in a language, understanding that we are in 161 countries around the world. You understand the kind of nightmare support that is in creating languages for all these markets. But the tools here give you the power to do this. Just thought of letting you know. So let's go back to the reseller tool in English. And Tammy, please stop me if I'm forgetting something or going too fast.
No, I'm watching.
Cool. Okay. Now, and I know you've seen this before, and I know that there's tabs over here you can get into. I'm not going to adventure on that at all at the moment because time's going very fast. We're already at 10:35. These are your funnels.
But if I can just add to that,
Yeah.
take the time to go through this stuff, you
Sure.
guys, because there's many things here that you could use to build your business and content. You can recreate it if you choose to, and definitely click on every single orange icon that says watch the video, because it's teaching you how to use the tools.
Correct. If I'm pausing, I'm just seeing if there's any questions that needs attention. Let me know, Tammy. I know you can go through them also as I'm going through this. Okay, so this is you got backup funnels. Again, I want to underline the fact that this is not a service that is usually offered with your opportunity.
Yeah.
That's an add-on. And why am I telling you this? Because these are selling points when you're talking to someone that is looking to make some money. Okay. So the fact here is, for example, this particular funnel over here is one of the very first one that was introduced. And all of their, every time they put in a name and an email, the reason why they don't put phone numbers is the moment you ask for a phone number, you're losing a significant amount of lead prospects that might have provided information if they didn't ask for a phone number. So that's why it's not there. Okay. But there are some funnels that are a little bit more, that will ask for the phone, and I'll point them out to you as we move forward. Okay. And I know we've covered this before, but this over here on this side is if you want someone to sign up right now. They're ready to sign up. Don't send them a funnel if they're ready to enroll now. Send them this one. And from there, and again, we've done some trainings before, and you can go back to other trainings. But if you click on this link and you click on getting started today, it will take them right into the page where people can start on the spot. And I know that there is another funnel coming in for the GotBackup Pro with some coupons and, for people to be able to come in at a very cool price. So again, all of that's coming. Okay. Now, this over here, if you go on the left, well, the link that you clicked on, if you click on any of the email that I send or GotBackup I've sent or GVO, whatever, right? That's the link you click on. This link will point you to the active presentation, which either Saturday training or the Wednesday presentation or anything else that Joel may be creating. Okay, GotBackup may be creating. That's the general link for that are included. And by the way, this is the link that I use. Obviously, it wouldn't be my ID. There's a little code here for ID that the system will replace with the actual ID of the person that clicks on that link. My point here is that's the link that I use in all my emails, so I don't have to always update the link. Okay, just again, food for thought. These funnels over here are great for Google ads, Facebook ads, anything you want, YouTube ads. These links only can points them to this, what you see here, name and email, again, for the purpose of, for you to gather your information on the spot. You hit the iron while it's hot. That means that you might have done
a trade show, Chris. Remember we used this one here?
Yes. In fact, we created a QR code. People just scan, boom, they ended up right on this over here. And you can tell that they were saying, oh, wow, that's professional. They put their name and their email, and right away they end up into our email campaigns, and boom, within seconds they receive an email from us. This is
them to put their email and their name immediately while we were at the trade show. So by the time the trade show was over, we had several leads in our system.
Yeah. Folks, when people do trade shows, like especially in the past, you would gather these little ballots and, and then once you go home, you call them all. Some returns your calls, some are phone numbers were not right. You know what I mean? This is the evolution, folks. Today, people don't have to wait. They provide that link, or you can create a QR code with this link. And then from there, they scan it, boom, they're there. And Dami's right. The link appeared right away into our pre-enrollee list. And we already have some emails that are there for that. So really, really cool. So
to get an email immediately. And you can even go to that next level with them while you're standing there beside them and just say, go to your emails Because if they don't see it, you can get them to go to their junk mail, and then they might see it there and just make sure that they're receiving the emails from you.
Correct. And these are past webinars that were done by Mike and Joel. And I'm not sure, I haven't clicked on those for a while, but feel free to explore. And again, this here is awesome for someone that wants to try it for free for 7 days, because you're giving the software. Again, that's the logic, because you are giving the software for free. Let me just click on this one for now. Okay. It's going to open okay. And obviously it knows that it's me, but the prospect, it would be the name of the person. And the fact here is, when you click yes, I would like to get the 5 gig of storage for free today. Okay, look what's happening. Name, email, it's asking them for a password and a phone number. Now it says optional here, so you don't lose the lead. So they can go ahead and submit without the phone number, but a lot of people will. And in fact, having a phone number between you and I, it's awesome, because if you can make a human personal connection, not be afraid to talk to the person, I'm telling you that your sign-up ratio will increase significantly. But from there, they have 7 days that where they have access to the cloud storage, and they have basically a mini back office, just obviously not all these features, but a little mini back office where they can go ahead and install the software. Okay, really cool. Okay, so that's, again, let me just get rid of that back here, and we're here. Okay, so this here introduces the opportunity with the product. This here does not talk about the opportunity. It is just a product. And they end up also in a separate email campaign, which, again, we've done some Saturday trainings on that. And as a matter of fact, discover the power of GotBackup Pro, new tools, build your foundation of your secure digital. Oh, that's today. Practical application of GotBackup and tools. It might have been in there. And in fact, there's also other trainings that we've done that does explain all of this very, very nicely. And folks, and I'm sure many of you are aware of that, but just venture. There's a lot of really good knowledge base here for you to understand. This one here, mastering ChatGPT for high converting emails, blah blah blah. Okay, so we use that a lot. Let me get rid of that. It's back here. Okay, so this is for people to try it for 7 days. And let's see here. Now, this over here, this is someone that, for example, is a little bit reluctant on the network marketing. So this one is a bit different, because when they create, let me click on that to show you what I'm talking about. So once they're here and they watch the video and they choose to opt in, okay, they're going to be given a back office similar to this, but not this information. It has a series of videos and trainings that Joel have created to educate prospect on the value of network marketing and why we're different in many cases. Okay, so this could be something that you may want to use. Okay, so again, folks, I want to remind you, these are funnels that people spend a lot of money to create. And also, you're dealing with a creator who has made millions of dollars in gathering leads. So you're getting his expertise and experience by utilizing these tools that when you create it by yourself, you have absolutely no experience. You don't know what's going to work or not. With this, you're using tools that we know have proven to work. But it depends on what context you want to use it for. I like this one over here. This is a new video. And this particular email end up into your pre-enrollee. Okay? They end up in your pre-enrollee. This one here ends up in an email campaign called Autopilot. These ones end up in free trial. You'll notice in the email campaign, okay, if you don't know what I'm talking about, let me just click here quickly, just so we have a reference for some of you that might be new. So if you click on that and you click on follow-ups, okay, you see on the right here, This is the email campaign I'm talking about. Remember when I talk about the autopilot? Well, these are different languages. That would be English. Okay. The free trial, that is the one with the 3 there. That would be English. Okay. So these, if you go back to these funnels, okay, these are the free trial. Free trial, you go back here, free trial. Again, based on the language that you're working with. Okay. That's the autopilot. You go back to autopilot. That's it over here. Autopilot. Excuse me. Autopilot right over here. This one here. It says here, autopilot. Okay. And
So
this,
if you haven't purchased the email system for these campaigns, you can contact support on that to see if you can purchase them, which I'm sure is not a problem. So I know Chris and I, anytime they launched a funnel and they offered an email system done for you, we've always done it. We've always done the purchase because it's one time. And it's not a lot of money. It's like $20 to purchase it, maybe 25 now. I'm not sure exactly what the price is now, but I know it's not much more. And that way you have an email system set out for you, and you can personalize all of these emails by going in on the pencil. We've done trainings on this as well. And you can even add emails. See, this is how Chris and I actually learned how to do this stuff, is by buying them up front, seeing how he's doing the marketing, maybe taking some of that content and put it into ChatGPT, ask them to create 5 more. And that's how we've been able to extend our follow-up system. Because once they go through however many days you have there, they're not receiving another email unless you do a broadcast, unless you extend your follow-up system.
yeah. So folks, when I'm saying it is so cheap, companies are charging $99 a month to $200 a month for these kind of features. It doesn't even include the email system. This is why I want you guys to understand. When the company charges $20 because they've done the work to prepare the email for you, I wouldn't worry about that. It's nickel and dimes.
Yeah.
Right? So that's the point. For example, you can see here pre-enrollee. Well, if you go, for example, someone opt in with this particular funnel here, or this funnel here, Tammy talked about this in the trade show, or this funnel here, they all end up in here. Okay. And I go beyond that because also I've created the reseller. This is not an email that the company creates for you, because this is really based on the leader itself. Okay. So the reseller, these are people that we've enrolled. In my case, that I've enrolled. So I sent 131 email. It's been opened almost 300 times. Who's been clicked 257 times. Why is that? Well, first of all, what we did is we introduced ourselves and we give people a little bit of information, how to get started right, how to book a call. And many people have booked a call to work with Tammy and I. And some of the first step we recommend people to do.
And that video was done through VidUber.
Yes.
Yeah.
The VidUber, which is this one over here, the video streaming. That's where this is sitting. We're using all of those tools. Even a testimonial generator, I'm using this in our own personal branding page for someone that we're asking them if they're willing to do a testimonial for Tammy and I. They just click on the link and they just go ahead and submit. Now, the point here is these are how you automate your business. And it goes beyond that, folks. If someone cancels, you can also create an email. So that way, first of all, if someone gets canceled, I'm not going to do this now because I don't want to expose my data, but you can go to subscribers list and you can see the people who just canceled with the date that they canceled automatically. And this is the email that they received. Okay. So from there, it's a little, we'll miss you. And then we just, again, encourage them to connect with us, and we put our phone number here. Okay. Simple as that. If someone becomes suspended, we do the same thing. Okay. It ends up on the list. You can see here, there's a lot of people's credit card didn't go through. So we send an email. Hey, can we help? Again, booking an appointment with our correspondent phone numbers to work with us. So we automate our business, but remember, folks, that we are dealing with human beings. The automation will only go so far. That's why the difference between a networker and affiliate marketer, the networker, they network and they nurture. That's the difference. You will retain people in your business for the long term if there's a relationship built. And we talked about that. Tammy and I have done many trainings. That's part of the VIP Boss Street on emotional intelligence, the Success Cycle series that we go into details. There's another one that we did, a couple more. It's just
that's in the VIP coaching. And Joel, he did incredible trainings. When I went through those, I got some real clear understanding on how to really roll out online business.
Yes.
So we've always come from the network marketing realm, and Joel is on the other extreme where everything he's ever done was online. So I learned a ton just going through his trainings in the VIP coaching. Yeah,
absolutely. And it will help you correspond. So the lead capture system, again, that's what we're into here. And what's really awesome is you can go ahead and interact with people. So if you go to broadcasts, okay, that's when you can send an email to anybody on the list. So you can see here that this is going on for a while, right? So Tammy and I send this every single week since day one, since the beginning. Okay. So it started in 2023 in July. You could see I'm not lying here. So and the team,
that's
exactly. That's what I mean by consistency. People are being made aware every single week that we are doing trainings. For example,
I put out six emails every single week consistently through my broadcast, through every single campaign.
Yes. So this is, so what's happening here, it gives you some indication. Are people opening your emails? Are they clicking the link? And you can see that some titles, this is our Friday presentation over here. This was Discover the Power of God. That was last Saturday. Welcome to the Wednesday. That's the Wednesday presentation. This is the Friday. That's the one we just did yesterday. And that's the one we're doing right now. Okay. So you can go ahead and broadcast those things. But what's really, really cool, and we'll talk about that on the e-responder, it's a lot more sophisticated. Okay. So we'll cover that as we go through these tools that are available in the Pro. So we do encourage you. And if you didn't get in the Pro with some of the promotions, just contact support, and figure something out, because you really want to have access to all these things, because this is, as Enya and I mentioned earlier, it's a one-stop shop. It's a one-stop shop. And
I just want to add something, give you guys a little more value. There's a website called subjectline.com. And I've learned how to improve my subjects. I'm just going there now, subjectline.com, to make sure I'm giving you the right one. Yes. So you can enter your subject line, and they're going to evaluate the subject line for you.
Did you put that in a chat text?
Yeah, let me put it there. It is so cool. When I learned this tool, I thought, oh my gosh. So now that my subject lines are better, because I learned it from here, subjectline.com. So obviously, Chris, I can't do it. You're going to have to do it. It doesn't allow me. Okay. Subjectline.com.
Here, let me just put it in over here.
There you go. See in the center? Oh, move your In the center, it says enter your subject line here and then evaluate. So yeah, put it there and it's going to evaluate it for you. And it's going to show you different options to get a better response. And I loved this tool. I thought it was absolutely great. I'm part of their email system. They're always sending out podcasts on how you can improve your open rates and your clicks. And so a little gift for you today.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is basically what we want to cover here today. I think we've covered everything that's relevant in reference to GotBackup. We've covered the cloud storage features. We've covered the we've covered the installation. We've covered the sub accounts. Again, we have more trainings over here to go into more details. Just look at the subject here, folks, and just click on whatever one you feel might be relevant to help you grow your business. Because I'm telling you, there is nothing missing. And I'm telling you, Tammy and I have been affiliated with some of the biggest networkers in the world. And I'm telling you, folks, it's very repetitive. It's all the same stuff. Maybe they put a little bit a different color, a different image, a different twist to it, but it's all the same stuff. And the fact here is what we share within these past 2 years, there is nothing missing for you to have success into your business. And always remember, GotBackup is constantly evolving, It is always moving forward. As a full closure from the beginning of this call, don't give up on your dreams because things don't go fast enough. And this is a little bit of a problem in our society. We want everything done yesterday, fast, without any homework, without any understanding. And that's the challenge, is you need to take the time to get an understanding of what you have and learn from the people who've succeeded. And don't tell yourself that things are complicated before you have a chance to even analyze what's going on. Many of you are making this more complicated than it really does. That really is. It's a simple process. It's a simple business. But we, as human beings, we just love to complicate stuff. Just look at our governments, right?
You know what, guys? Install your tools, because when they're installed, it's just so easy to click on your icon and you just show people that you have access to every single device that you have, and it's all backed up. And if anything ever happens where you need to grab a document, you can grab it on the go. There's so many amazing features that you can do where people got stuck and they had to go back home, or they didn't have their PowerPoint. They forgot their PowerPoint. I know that happened to somebody in a presentation at one point a long time ago, and we're all trying to figure it out. But everything is available to you at your fingertips on your device. So get yourself backed up. When you do that, your confidence level is going to skyrocket to the roof. And
I
then
totally
you're
agree.
able to share this with everybody you know, even if it's online. You hop on Facebook, what is it called, FaceTime. That's what I do with my girls, and you can show people in different aspects. On WhatsApp, you can show people through a Zoom session. So you don't have to be belly to belly to do this business. Chris and I have been doing a lot of our work now. Most of our work is here present. I'm going to an event tomorrow, so I'm excited.
So,
to go meet some
Joe, by
people.
the way, the training sessions, I've posted it. If you go back in the previous comments, you will notice that I posted the link there. I'm going to do it again for your convenience, or everybody's convenience. I'm going to keep the extension of playlists. Okay, it's there. And by the way, Peter, thank you. And folks, just so you know, Peter Newell was one of the very first coach that I ever sat in front of in the 80s. Yeah. Peter, I don't know if it was ACN or if it was Excel Communication. I can't remember. But you were one of the very first person I sat in front of that started teaching network marketing. I don't know if you know that, but I thought of mentioning this. So, I mean, it's,
I remember doing a trade show with you, what, 20, how many years ago? That
oh,
was
it's a
when you
long
lived in
time ago, a long
Montreal.
time ago. And it's kind of nice to see the full circle
Yeah.
of people coming back into your life. But folks, listen, the information here is very helpful. I hope you're going to take this to heart. And remember, folks, that duplicate, right? Get your team, first of all, as a homework, as a call to action for you right now. Go through your personal lists, people you brought in. I showed you earlier, go back to the training. I showed you a link that you click on my personal enroller, my personal list, or my list. I forget exactly how to mention it. And click on that and start seeing who has not installed the app. Contact these people and get them to install it. And what you will do is you will solidify your business. So if your downline does that, that solidifies your residual income. That means that your cycles and your matching cycles and all the bonuses that are offered to you in this wonderful compensation plan, which we'll revisit the comp plan at one point in time, you will find that your income will be maintained. Not only will it be maintained, it will grow because you're not losing your business as time moves forward. Okay. So everybody have yourself a wonderful, wonderful rest of your weekend. This Wednesday, we are presenting and we are working on the presentation format. And there's some new things coming that will be introduced and so forth. So we want to include on this. So don't miss the Wednesday sessions. They are there to help you grow your business. I know some of you might be.
Invite.
Yeah, the time might be late. That's
people.
totally okay. The call's recorded. Yes. Okay. So everybody have yourself a great weekend. Thank you so much for your wonderful feedback and love you guys. Bye for now.
Have a great weekend.